Hello, hopefully I'm live, because obviously this is the first time I've tried to do a stream since getting my channel back. I'm just going to get a sort of thing up. I have to confirm it's me again via my PC because I've added more security. The thing got through all of the security features anyway, very, very easily. So what I'm just going to do is get the live stream thing up on here. Also, annoyingly, I'm in the Amazon slot for a delivery I need to accept, so if the doorbell rings, I'm going to need to run off. So, let me just check all the settings are as I want them. Yeah, there's nothing dodgy in the description there, like the automated description. I will put slow mode on, just because that stops people spamming the chat if they're sort of bot accounts or whatever. And otherwise, we should be up and running. All right, Monica. So, yeah, like I said, the important thing is I've got my channel back now, as people can see. It's not some weird AI scam thing going on my channel. If you haven't seen my video yet on how I got my channel back, I definitely recommend that to people. I've still got a bit of cup of tea left, so hang on. But, yeah, so hopefully the internet doesn't crash out or whatever, because, again, we're not on great internet. But the good news is this was a thing that happened while I was banned from YouTube, waiting to have my account restored. Our village is having like proper fiber optic internet put into it finally. So that will be anywhere between somewhere when they start in April. I think it's the 4th of April they start in our village. And the estimated end date is November. Sometime between those two times, our house will be connected fully via fiber optic. And I should be able to get 900 megabits per second download and upload speed. So that's 10 times faster download than what I'm on at the moment, because I currently get 8 megabytes per second, so 900 megabits again is divided by 8 to get the real number. Hang on, 900 divided by 8 is 112. Let me just check. 900 megabits to megabytes, it should be 112. Yeah, it is 112 because it's power of 8. So yeah, my internet potentially will be easily over 10 times better than it is now. Yeah, all right, Mike. And all right, KJ, I'm going to, again, get the comments in the pop-out chat up here because it's too small on my phone to read properly. But yeah, so basically how it's going to work is the government's funded a company called GigaClear that already apparently do rural broadband. And they're going to basically put proper fibre in where I live, because the problem is at the moment is it's fibre optic down the main sort of dual carriageway near our village. Then it goes into a sort of connection box thing, like a substation kind of, you know, like connection box, whatever you want to call it, for internet. And then what happens after it goes into that box is it obviously gets distributed to the entire village on copper wire. So the closer you are to the box, the faster your speed, but also the more people using the internet at one time, the worse the speeds are, where apparently with this new thing, you know, you get what you're paying for on your package, rather than it being a case of you only get what you pay for under, you know, like peak conditions. Right, there's a thing that I'm not sure is a real channel or if it's a bot. Oh, I can hide the user look, so that we've already got, I'm going to report them as well because of all the shit going on. There's already a fake channel called Notifications at YouTube_guidelines. So look, we've already got a fake one on there. Let's report them. Report. What would it be? Misinformation? Probably misinformation. And I've already done ban them, but let's ban them again. So yeah, we've already had one fake thing on my channel so far. Again, I don't know if this is a case of it just being a sort of trolling sort of spammer, or if it's another sort of phishing type thing, but there you go. So yeah, like I said in the video, I got an email that appeared to come properly from YouTube, all the things checked out with it. And then there was a link sort of in the description to what was meant to be like a document you had to read for sort of a terms of agreement sort of thing. And clicking on that meant within 2 minutes, every sort of two-factor authentication thing was hijacked on my channel, and the channel was banned. For my next video, I don't know at the moment. I've got stuff pending, but obviously at the moment my schedule's changed a bit just because of all the stuff that's happened recently. To be honest, at the moment, because I'm already getting a load of weird sort of spam stuff again, I'm tempted just to change the settings to members only again, or subscribers only. So hang on. Customization, participant mode, subscribers for 5 minutes. There we go. Should hopefully fix that. But yeah, thanks, Vampy Sweden. But yeah, like I said, it was pretty stressful. And like I said, the problem is it was so easily done. Like I said, I've got antivirus. That didn't do nothing. The firewall didn't do anything to prevent it. All of YouTube's internal security things did absolutely nothing. It was literally a case of a file opening, and within 2 minutes, every two-factor thing that's meant to give you account security was completely compromised. So there's definitely problems at like Google/YouTube's end in terms of their own security safeguards, because they clearly don't work as well as they're meant to. So I've got even more security turned on since then. But again, if I had the same sort of attack, I don't know if it would actually do anything at all. That's the scary thing. That, you can have backup codes, you can have backup emails, you can have backup phone numbers. But if something can literally delete them without asking your backups if it's a genuine thing, it's not really a very good security system. Cheers, spoiled milk. But yeah, so like I said on the thing, what ended up happening. Oh, and don't forget to like the stream, everybody, because that probably will help me get my channel shared again and all that sort of stuff. Is essentially I got an email that was either a clone channel, a fake channel, or somehow maliciously uploaded on a real YouTube channel from the YouTube creators channel, basically saying about a terms of sort of service update. And it was done to look so official, like all the real things you have to agree to, that basically just clicking on it fucked everything over. It's the Russian state, as far as most people understand Vampy Sweden, as in, because they're a complete pariah state now to fund the war in Ukraine and all that sort of stuff. They hack people, try and steal credit card information, get people into crypto scams for military spending. So yeah, as far as I'm aware, it's like a state-sponsored hacking thing, which is why it's so sophisticated. It's not like a guy in his basement doing it sort of thing. It's literally, government agency with all the resources behind it. But again, like I said, I think Google and YouTube really need to step up their security, because it seems a massive part of this security flaw is in the sort of YouTube systems, where basically, because you use cookies, so, your Gmail talks to your YouTube properly and all of that, it's those cookies aren't encrypted properly or secured properly, however you want to say it. So what ends up happening is that because those cookies aren't encrypted properly, like a thing can hijack them and then skip all the security checks that should be in place. Yeah, buy random stuff, but again, then they'd have to change addresses. Thankfully, all my passwords aren't linked in the standard way, sort of to Gmail kind of thing. So they probably tried to hijack my passwords as well, but they couldn't get those. So, and I also pulled the Ethernet cable out my PC, because I never connect via wirelessly on a desktop PC. I always have a physical cable I can unplug for that very reason. And yeah, obviously unplugging the cable within a couple of minutes, although that meant they still had full access to my sort of Google account, it did stop them, like obviously going deeper into my PC if they were able to access that through the exploit. And like I said, my antivirus didn't find anything. And from what I've seen, nearly every antivirus on the market, even like the ones you buy, because I've got a premium antivirus, especially not the free ones, none of them pick up this sort of stuff, as in, like, you could have the best antivirus that money can buy on your computer, and it still wouldn't pick up this sort of malware at the moment. So it's a case of, almost no matter what you do, if you're unlucky enough to somehow be linked to or click on one of these files, you're fucked, basically. Not with this sort of stuff, seeing it was definitely Russian state acted, because you can see from the logs on my sort of security thing, where they first used VPNs to spoof a place near me, and then it went to basically, Far Eastern Europe, sort of Russia, to for the final logins, and they were doing the crypto scam stuff. And as several intelligence agencies have said, that, Russia is more and more relying on crypto stuff for their actual government funding, because the ruble's gone to shit. That's all right, Mike. We're just saying about how, sort of, a bit like in the video I did the other day, I was just saying about how vulnerable a lot of these systems are, that, doesn't seem to matter how many two-factor authentication things you have and all that. There's still no update on my parcel. Just going to reconnect to my Ring doorbell. Yeah, no vans in the road at the moment. It doesn't seem to matter what you do, in a sense. It seems that regardless, that, all your stuff is very, very easily to be compromised. Well, antivirus, yeah. That's the thing. It obviously worked in a way that the antivirus and the automatic systems just didn't pick it up. It went around it, like you said, rather than trying to go through it. It basically clones your account and then goes to another computer with a VPN set to your rough area and says, oh, I've forgotten my password. Can I have all of the backup information? And the system says, sure, why not? You're the person already logged in, just missing some details, and you're in the right area. Why would we want to check any backup security details? So, yeah, that's how it works. Like I said, it's not a password duper or anything like that. It doesn't require you to have a compromised PC and then be logging into stuff. It's literally a case of it clones your info, and then within 2 minutes, a bot has locked you out of your account, changed all your backup emails and phone numbers to completely different ones. So, like I said, the only thing I can suggest at the moment is, unless you really trust where any sort of file is being sent you, but again, this wasn't an email thing, because I have to help my mum with all those, or she's not sure about emails. But this was an official thing on YouTube, in a sense, as in it was uploaded with a channel that had somehow done things with YouTube permissions I don't even know how they should have done, to basically, do a thing where everything was official at the channel's end. If you click the things to check the sort of links, it was on youtube.com itself, and it was a fake thing. And the problem is, because Google sends you notifications of like policy changes and that, using very similar sort of things, there's not really any way of checking if it's genuine or not. So that's, like I say, that's the only thing at the moment, is basically don't open anything unless you know it's from a trusted contact, and they're not compromised. Because at the moment, even things that I think would be official, how can you know? So again, it's like, on a load of my things, like Rajiv was saying earlier, on my banking sort of stuff, I don't get stuff to my emails. With my banking app, if I log into the banking app and there's like a terms of service change, I have to read it in my banking app, which is good. But the problem is, YouTube sends you emails and other ways of notifying you about these things. And because some of that can be completely spoofed or whatever, you have to be very, very careful now. No, I didn't turn into a crypto YouTuber. The only crypto stuff I've done, like I've said, is using my GPU to mine crypto and then sell it. But I certainly wouldn't tell people to speculate on a shit coin or whatever else. So, but no, like I said, completely hacked. And then it was a scam sort of thing that, anybody that signed up to whatever they were on about would have their entire bank account ripped off, kind of thing. That sort of thing. I won't be on too long today anyway, just because I'm already quite tired, because I had a very, very busy weekend at work. I think I've got a minor infection at the moment, and obviously I'm just getting over the stress of all the shit going on at the back end of last week with YouTube. So I won't be on too long today, just because staring at a screen at the moment is a bit tiring. If my left eye looks a bit puffy, I don't think I've got conjunctivitis, but I think I've probably got a minor eye infection now where some dirt's got into it. And it's sort of, making my eye feel a bit swollen and sort of tired. So yeah, like I said, at the moment, the only way I can tell people to avoid getting this thing is obviously, yes, have a good firewall and antivirus, but I don't think that's going to help much. It's mostly just don't open anything, Word documents, whatever that's sent to you. There's not really any way, like I said, it's not one of those things of, oh, just check the URL of the email you've been sent or whatever very carefully to see if it's a fake email address. Like I said, that was all completely spoofed, completely, 100% on this thing. You wouldn't have been able to tell. All right, there's a van pulling up. I'm just going to see if that's my delivery. If so, I'll accept it and then be back in a second. Because, yeah, I've got my CCTV up so I can look at the driveway. Right, I'll be back in a minute. Talk amongst yourselves. Don't forget to like the stream. And I'll be back in a minute. Right, yep, just accepted my parcel. No, it was some ready meals, Mike, as in like ration type instant ones where you can put boiling water on them. And also some of the like powdered korma sauce where you can put that in soups and things like that. I know they use it for cooking. But what I've liked a lot of recently is buying the various sort of sauces you can get from like Chinese places and all that sort of stuff, and Indians. There's like the concentrated powder sauce where you're meant to use them with boiling water or other ingredients and just mix them in. Because I find if you've got like a soup or whatever that's a bit bland, you can just put some of that in and it makes it a lot tastier. So what I've been doing recently for saving money on food is buying really cheap canned food from like Tesco or whatever. Like, very basic, like Tesco sort of beef in gravy kind of sort of canned meals. And then say, for example, there's a Chinese one I really like, which is the one they use if you ever go to a place that does baguettes and they do Chinese chicken, they call it like Chinese chicken mayo or whatever, which is like a sort of very red pink sort of mayo they have with a Chinese sort of chicken. Again, it's not sweet and sour or whatever, it's its own sort of tasting thing. But this is what you can do. You can actually buy the stuff they use to make, mix a mayo that does that. And it's called like Chinese barbecue rub or whatever. And it's like a massive tub. You can buy them quite cheap in bulk, like a massive tub of this like concentrated red pink powder stuff. So then you can put like a spoonful of that in with a pot noodle or like a can of whatever. And you get a much, much tastier, sort of thing out of it. It thickens the sauce as well. And like so I said, I bought a chicken korma equivalent as well, just so I've got various different ones, depending on what I'm eating. that sort of, is more fitting for that kind of food. But I find the Chinese barbecue, I lost all the mods. Yeah, so let me re-add you as a moderator, Mike. If Rajiv's on one, I'll have to add him as a moderator, but I'll just have to do it as I go. There you go. Yeah, I'll just have to do that as I go, because obviously whoever hijacked the channel deleted all the mods so they couldn't do anything against what they were doing, I guess. Or warn people, as a moderator, that it was a fake sort of thing. Yeah, annoyingly, the Russian ones now, nukes, are a lot more expensive than they used to be, just because of surplus drying up and the war in Ukraine and everything. There you go, there's the MM1 in the background. That's my profile picture now. But, yeah, they're a lot more expensive than they used to be because of the war in Ukraine and surplus drying up. But you can still find a load of the Soviet ones, hopefully cheaply in places. Yep, I will do. Dan, hang on a second. Add as moderator. I'll add most people as standard. I've got Mike on as the higher rank one. But, yeah, most people I'll just have as, like, standard chat moderators. I don't know how much of a difference it makes in the chat. But, yeah, so I haven't got my original profile thing back yet, and I haven't got my original channel banner, because for whatever reason they couldn't restore those. The only way to eat with a gas mask on is if you could have liquefied food through your drinking tube, which I think the German army now does with the M2000 or whatever it's called. There's actually like a thing that you can connect to the drinking tube, which is some sort of like pureed sort of high protein sort of syrup thing. But the most part is you don't eat with a gas mask on. Like drinking with a gas mask on used to be a novelty, and then they added drinking tubes. But for the most part, you're not meant to be stuck in a gas mask for hours on end. They're for evacuating, a dangerous area. Yeah, how are the prices nukes on Chinese gas masks? Because some of the Chinese communist masks are very similar to the Soviet ones, either direct copies or inspired by, which are pretty cool. But yeah, so as said, I'll get the chat box back up on my screen because I can make it bigger with bigger font. The main problem is yeah, that's cool because you buy from Kazakhstan. I know Kazakhstan currently doesn't have very good relations with Russia because Russia keeps threatening them, and Kazakhstan's like, lol, your army's shit now, you can't threaten us anymore. But yeah, so like I was saying, yeah, I'm still having to undo some of the damage. Like, YouTube partner support were really good at, I'd say, undoing 99% of the damage, as in, like, deleting any videos uploaded past a certain point, restoring everything back to my Gmail, putting monetization back on, removing any strikes, that kind of thing. But for whatever reason, they said, the channel icon and banner I had to change myself, or else I'd get striked or my channel deleted for it. So I don't know why they couldn't do it, but immediately after him saying that, I just logged on, changed my banner to a random sort of coastal picture on my phone, and just got my Twitter picture back as, my channel picture, just so that was all changed. Changed the playlists on my front page. I haven't got them exactly as they were, but just so, there's nothing dodgy in my playlists. It's all, my own content, if you like. And then, yeah, other than that, it's just going to be going back, sort of, and fixing anything like moderators or whatever, as and when sort of it gets brought up to do it. As I said in the video, watch the video I uploaded yesterday or Saturday for the full info. But basically, I got an email that came from all the official things on YouTube, as in, it wasn't officially sent by YouTube, obviously, because it was a hacking thing, but how they sent it meant that if you checked any of the URLs, it went to the proper YouTube things, so that was fine. It was then an unlisted video, and this is the bit I still don't know how they did, is the channel it was uploaded was YouTube Creators, or whatever it's called. And if you click their channel icon, it took you to the official channel. So for every intent and purpose, if you're like, is this a legit channel, when you click the thing, like you'd click somebody's little channel icon when you're watching their video, it went to the real channel, not the fake channel. So I have no clue how they did that. But basically, they had either an out of context clip or an AI clip that was really well done of the CEO of YouTube talking about changes in their partnership program and how all creators that had been flagged up by it had to read and agree to the new terms of service, or else within 7 days or whatever, they'd be getting, demonetized, and then they'd have to appeal the process and all that. And it linked basically just to a Word document. Your comments are now, Rich. Let me re-mod you. Hang on. Because, like I said, they fucked over. They removed all my moderators. So they'll all show up now, Rich. I've done that. So yeah, and it linked to what was essentially a fake Word document that, Windows saw as a Word document. My antivirus didn't flag up. And it ran a program that copied my cookies, sent them to another thing with a VPN, and then that completely got around all of Google's security to change all of my stuff within 2 minutes, as in two-factor authentication and everything else. My entire channel was hijacked within literally 2 minutes. So once that program ran on my PC, there was nothing I could have done to have stopped it, even if I knew, from the first second I had to try and change my password or whatever. Nothing I could have done. So that's what I'm saying. At the moment, it seems there's a massive security flaw that hackers know about in a lot of Google stuff. And the only way of getting around that is to, like I said, never open one of these things. So at the moment, I'd say to people, regardless of if it's on YouTube, Gmail, or whatever, be super, super more careful than you would ever normally be at opening literally anything you're sent, in any way, or download on any website. Because it seems at the moment there's like an exploit with both Windows linked to the cookies in Chrome and sort of Google's own stuff, where if this program runs, you've had it. That's it. Again, like I said, nearly every antivirus on the market won't pick it up. Your firewall won't notice it's happening, kind of thing. And, it's not even a human that deals with it to start with. It's obviously like a bot scripted thing they've got on their own end, on their own servers, that once it sends the information off to them, it's going to immediately, just go doo-doo-doo and sort of break all your encryption, faster than humanly possible. Yeah, all right, Rich. Yeah, like I said, I don't know why the word hello is being banned by YouTube, but yeah, like I said, I'm just having to remod people that were mods because of the fact that it's basically done a thing where obviously the person who hacked me deleted every mod off. It was I looked into it, massacre aggression. Yes, somebody at their offices or whatever clicked a thing they were sent from apparently an official, Google YouTube thing. And then, yeah, doesn't matter what antivirus you have, how good your, internal security is, your thing's basically completely compromised. From what I understand, if you had a Linux PC, an Ubuntu, something like that, you might be all right, just because I think it's only a virus at the moment that can exploit Microsoft vulnerabilities. So you might even be all right on a Mac, but I'm sure Mac will be their next target to, get the thing working on. But yeah, I was scared as well, obviously, Edward, because I've had shitloads of work put into this channel, and it wasn't just my channel, it was all my Gmail, link to work emails and stuff like that. But yeah, at the moment, it's basically an exploit, a combination exploit in Windows and, Chrome, Google cookies, things like that. That means that, yeah, once this thing runs on your computer, it doesn't matter your security, you've had it, kind of thing, like I was saying. And the problem is, if you're trying to get Google to fix it, nearly all of the conventional ways of talking to an actual human at Google are done through your Google account, which you can't fucking do if you get hacked. So, other people suggested, what I had to do is basically go on their public Twitter and be a nuisance and say, it's Team YouTube. And they were very good when I got hold of them. But you have to go on Team YouTube's public Twitter and be like, my account's been hacked, what are you going to do about it, kind of thing. And because obviously that is a PR kind of issue, then they send a human to get involved with you. And like I said, once I got in contact with a human being, they were really, really good at locking the account and then helping me restore it and then restoring my YouTube channel. But the problem is that you can't get in contact with a person if you're locked out normally, because everything's designed to be done internally through your own account. Another thing is mark down your own YouTube channel URL. because, like I was saying on that video, is I need to actually do my custom channel URL back to Weaponsandstuff93, but you have like a channel URL which is like a unique kind of numbers and code kind of URL, and Mike had to find it for me on like one of my really old videos. But when you fill out the form, it's one of those fields you can't not fill in. It will keep saying like fill out this field, and you can't even like write in it something like I've been hacked, can't fill out. It has to be your proper URL or it won't let you progress the form. So again, there's a lot of issues with stuff like that, in my opinion, with Google's own kind of internal kind of appeal process. Yeah, exactly, Mike. That's what I'm saying. But for a lot of people, they wouldn't have these options. That's what I'm saying. And the problem is, you're like, if you don't have somebody that can look that up for you or whatever, and that kind of thing, you're fucked, because all of these things you can't progress without a lot of this own info. You know, and if you didn't have a Twitter, you wouldn't be able to do this. Or if your Twitter account was one of those ones where, you know, you log in via Google connection thing, then you'd be fucked as well, because you'd be locked out of that and the hacker would have access to it. So, yeah, that's what I was sort of saying, that for anybody watching this now, I would massively recommend you make a Twitter that's completely separate from your Google account. Potentially, you know, use a different email and everything as well. So in no way is it connected to your Gmail. And then that way, if you need to get hold of Team YouTube, if you're a YouTuber, via, you know, Twitter or whatever, there's no way they can stop you doing it. And like I said, have a lot of your account credentials you can't normally, you know, get at. Make sure you have those saved in a few places, maybe on a printed out piece of paper or whatever. So if you need to put them in at any point, you've physically got a copy. Yeah, like I said, Dev, I have to constantly help my mum work out if an email is safe to open or not, because she never knows. But this is something, like I said, completely fooled me. You know, like I have to constantly say to my mum, like, look, hover over that URL. It's not really coming from who it says it is, you know, that kind of thing. But this is one of those things, like I said, where everything, you know, that would normally flag up a red flag for me, they'd completely, you know, done 100%, made it look like the real thing, or was the real thing. You know, it's one of those things, like I said, where this thing was so well done that, you know, like I said, even if you were aware of every security step, I think you could still fall for it. Because, like I said, the problem is that because Google doesn't have an app where it exclusively sends you these notifications rather than via email or whatever, you know, it is very, very easy for somebody to make one that looks like one of their official ones, just slip through in the exact same kind of style as all the others. Oh, I hope that's gone all right, boss man Dan, and, you know, like I say, rested up. So I'm quite tired. I'll be probably having a nap after this stream now. My delivery's arrived, and you know, like I've done this because I've been doing a load of other, like I said, the problem is the last few days I've been sort of up late at night waiting for any emails to immediately get back to them, very long shifts at work and all that sort of stuff, and the stress of having, you know, my account hacked and everything, that you know, I think I need to catch up on some good quality sleep now, because of the fact, like I said, the last few days have been kind of, you know, not much sleep, and when I've had sleep, it's not been good quality sleep. It's kind of been, you know, stressed nightmare style sleep, where I've had weird nightmares about stuff happening as well. So yeah, but anyway, I'll end the stream here. Don't forget to like the stream if you haven't liked it already, because hopefully that will help YouTube, you know, recommend my channel to people. Again, if you're watching this and you're not following me on Twitter, follow me on Twitter. The link should still be below in the description, or X, whatever you want to call it. Because if you follow me on there and something happens, like last time, I can actually notify you that I've been hacked or whatever. Whereas, you know, the problem is, if my YouTube gets hacked, there's no way of me letting you know, because you follow me only on YouTube. So, yeah. There you go. I'll be off now. Like I said, I've only been on 35 minutes. But like I said, I'm quite tired. But live streaming still works through my channel, which is good news, because I didn't know if that would be the case. But yeah, so thanks for watching, everybody. I'll be back hopefully tomorrow with a stream or whatever. Might do a webcam style stream, might do Red Dead Redemption 2 or something. Need to reinstall all my mods for that, because obviously I had to completely wipe all my hard drives, reinstall Windows as a precaution, all that sort of stuff, because the antivirus couldn't pick up the file. you know, I had to basically nuke my computer from orbit, only way to be sure. So yeah, have a good day, everybody. Like I said, don't forget to follow me on Twitter/X, because that way, if I lose access to this channel, I can still tell you what's going on. So see you all, with like all the people saying have a great day. Hope everybody else has a great day. And like I said, hopefully I'll start to get back around to doing videos soon and everything again. But like I said, there's still a lot of stuff now I have to reinstall on my PC, like editing software and all that. Because obviously where I had to wipe all my drives and that, my drives are nearly completely empty at the moment. I don't have any of my pictures, videos, anything on there. You know, I've got some of them backed up on external drives, but I don't have them on this PC at the moment. So yeah, have a good day, everybody. And hopefully see you tomorrow on the stream or whatever.